Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Formula One. We are here now for the British Grand Prix, halfway through the season, exactly here, round 9 of 18 in 2032. We are here for the British Grand Prix here in Silverstone. So everyone here lined up in the garages, waiting to go out there and line up on the grid. You can see the crowd, the fans are ready. Your pole sitter for today, of course, is Amed Sylla. He put in a stunning lap yesterday, a bit unlike his team who struggled to get a proper lap in the first time around before getting taken out in the qualifying session. Of course, some cars already making their way out around the circuit. O'Donoghue looking to go out and line up early here. But of course, we've got some replacees. UK will replacing Oyinkro this weekend. And of course, we've got Yourboi starting down in P12, I believe. Of course, not able to get a second lap in that session. That's a big crash. Cornwall up in the air, and that is a big collision there. I think he might be out of it.
Share them on with everyone. Samsung. Together is better.
So they're all making their way through the pit lane, all lining up at the edge, waiting for some good times to exit onto the track. Of course, the last winner of this Grand Prix was Sorry. Took his first ever race win in Formula 1 back at the British Grand Prix. Only 2 drivers have taken their first win at the British Grand Prix. The last person to do that was Yourboi back in 2025. And of course, he's got the most wins in Formula 1 with 16. Safraz and Namzar follow him with 12. After that, it's Summerfu, Oyinkro, Cornwell, Dewald and Leclerc to end it off, both on 6 there. But of course, that list is a very long list of very good drivers there. Of course, Yourboi, your 2-time world champion, but only 2 drivers there are world champions, so it is a bit of a weird one in terms of race wins. Of course, Porsche looking very strong up at the front. They have got the lead of both drivers and constructors championships at the moment, and they could take a break this weekend and still be safe.
When we face challenges, it can be easy to lose our way, to let adversity win. But together, anything is possible. We evolve as the competition evolves. We make our mark, our way. We push our limits every single day. We keep moving forwards and we refuse to stop, ever.
Deep down, I knew this was going to come, so thanks. Thanks for having my back.
Together, nothing is off limits. Together, we never stand still. Together, we're unstoppable.
And for anyone who thought I left, I never left.
It's what sets you apart in the moment of truth. It's the unstoppable force that carries you forward. The clarity in the chaos. The will to push through. The drive that never stops. It's the sharp focus that turns doubt into action. Transforming every second into fuel for greatness. It's the inner voice, reminding you that you are designed to win. Tag Heuer.
that's a big crash. That's going to be a safety car. He'll be having to take an early shower today, I see.
Catch all the big moments. Samsung. Together is better.
So now everyone making their way onto the circuit now. It seems everyone off and onto the track. Charles Leclerc trying to find a bit of a gap there to make his way through. But they're all now going to line up on the grid, and we should get to you with the grid sequence very shortly. Oh, the rain has started to pour here. The FIA have allowed cars to come back into the pit lane, put on inters, and then go back out. This is not predicted for the weather today, but Amed Sylla, he is going to the grid out first now. So he moves through Vale. Oh my days, he's snapped the car and almost taken himself out of the Grand Prix before it's even started here. We're going to get a replay of that, I think. Yeah, you're moving through Vale, snaps the car. He can't see the track there. He's just facing the wall, and then he's able to keep it on track before Dan regaining himself. Now he's making his way up to his grid spot here, so he'll line up in first to start this one, and as everyone else makes their way out onto the track. So I think now is a good time to take you through the grid for today's Grand Prix for the 2032 British Grand Prix. So down in last place we've got Monkey on Cloud, then we've got Ali right next to him. In 22nd and 21st we've got the two forwards of Adrian and Racing God. Just ahead now, 19 and 20, we have Marshall in 20th and Skittles in 19th. Further up we go, we have got in another double car here. We've got two Mercedes, Nahal and Namzar, P17 and 18 here. Then we have got Sari in P15, and right behind is Patrick O'Donoghue in 16th place. Further up we go, they've got two McLarens as Lando Norris starts in P14, just behind his teammate of Musa in P13. Then moving up, we've got Yourboi, who's starting down the order here, outside the top 10, just behind the person that crashed into him in qualifying an IM Turbo. Into the top 10 we go, we've got Arsalan in P10, followed by Ethan, another Q3 appearance for him. Then we move up, we have got Monty Clark here and over in 8th place, another Q3 appearance for him as well. He's just behind Vesteo starting this one. Then we've got two Ferraris in P6 and in P5. The second row we've got two Porsches, followed by them we've got Nubit Nunes over in P4, followed by UK Ball in P3. And then the front row here for today is Gonzalez in second and Amed Sylla starting here, your pole sitter for the 2032 British Grand Prix. So as they're all making their way onto the circuit, let's give you a little recap of what happened in last year's race. And the British Grand Prix is officially on the way. It's a good start up the front from Oyinkro in that Red Bull. It's also a good start for Gonzalez. Right, Williams switching over to the inside line now. And the safety car is out. Skittles flipping out of the race and braking both of them and banging wheels there through the next couple of corners. And there goes Gonzalez and both of them into the wall. From A3, they go onto the next straight, boost into the next fail corner, and there he goes, moved out of room on that circuit, but late braking there from the Brit on the Brit. Trying to defend from IM Turbo, switching over to different lanes of the track, and a big move there. Ali trying to defend from Oyinkro, and he's been forced out of room. Ferrari now into the braking zone they go, and it looks like Vesteo's on top, and they both go off the track and into the barriers. Looking for the move on Sylla, banging wheels, and there goes big collision between the three of them. Namzar, Sylla and Cornwall to pit along with Oyinkro, but a few cars stay up, like Sari, like Nahal, like Nubit Nunes, and they are gambling to go. But the team from Silverstone, from Britain, Sari and Brawn Gp, wins its first Grand Prix in his debut season. So we're taking you through the grid now. We're just about to start, just a few minutes away from lights out here. Everyone on the super intermediate tyres. Of course, there's no wet tyres, no inters, it's all in one here, so they all start on the same tyres here. It's not too wet, the track looks somewhat dry, could dry out very shortly, but we were expecting the rain to come much later in the Grand Prix, but all eyes will be on your home race heroes for today. Only one on the grid at the moment, it's UK Ball. He starts over in third place, so the question is, can he bring it home today for the home crowd? Of course, it would have been Oyinkro who would have been starting in this position, but he is not racing due to injury. So the formation lap has been completed, and after a while we get to say that all we await for is those 5 little bright red lights here in Silverstone. And the British Grand Prix is officially underway. It's a good getaway from your pole sitter there. UK Ball trying to go down the inside at turn 1 very early there. And UK Ball is cruising his way through. Nunes though, he's under pressure from the Ferrari. Side by side with Leclerc he goes. He's just able to keep it there. Verstappen, he's up to 6th. Max gets him back over, up into P6. He goes there. And now the 2 Ferraris looking to make an overtake on Nunes into the next corner. Into Village they go, and round the outside goes Max. Can he hold it? No, he can't. He's still there trying to get it on the inside, but Nunes is under pressure. Gonzalez given a penalty early on here for a collision with UK Ball, who's up to 2nd place already in this Grand Prix. And Nunes, he is just about trying to re-overtake Max here as they go into Cop's corner. He's just still side by side with the Brits there, and the Luxembourg, the reigning world champion, just about gets back ahead. Ethan making the move on Max as well. The virtual safety car is out. Crash over there into Maggots there, and it's 2 cars out, but 1 car stranded on the gravel there. Out of the exit of Maggots, it was both Namzar and Musa. Namzar was a bit sideways there, you saw, not just if you were paying attention on the right hand side, but that has caused the virtual safety car to be deployed here. Nunes down to 5th place. He was under pressure from more cars than we probably saw back there, but Sylla still leads up at the front. It would have been expected. Yourboi, he's up to P11, so only 1 place gained as the virtual safety car ends, and onto the straight he goes. He will be trying to make a move on Monty Clark here for the top 10. He's already into 10th now on lap 2. 3 cars there almost into 1 corner, but side by side up ahead. Verstappen trying to make the move around the outside of Turbo there. Turbo's made some great progress. He's up to P8 already here, starting P11. And in that inferior car, he goes for the move. Sorry, goes for the move on Yourboi there. He's up into P11 now, Yourboi. So we saw this in the sprint as well. Amed Sylla struggled to make his way past the midfield cars, the grid getting closer and closer as the races go on, but Nunes, he is still on the back of Leclerc. Yourboi's been given a penalty there further back for a collision into Sari, so he will have to serve that in the pit lane. He's still behind Sari as we make our way through Sector 2 here, as UK Ball, he goes fast in Sector 2. He's really pulling away from Gonzalez over in 3rd place as Yourboi officially gets the move done. I think he's still subbing. No, he's got the move done on Sari there. Up into P11. Verstappen is up next as UK Ball goes. He's 7/10ths back from Sylla, so he's gaining on the leader here. Is through turn the chicane there. They're side by side, very close there. As here comes Yourboi making the move on Monty Clark, making the move on Verstappen. Of course, these two shared a brilliant fight back in 2027, and the number 27 gets the move done on Verstappen. He's trying to get it back there, but your number 33 has not been able to get the move done as they make their way onto the next straight, and he's falling back from Yourboi, who's up to P9. But with that 5-second penalty, that might cost him much later in the Grand Prix. Monty Clark gets the move done on Verstappen. He's up into the top 10 once again as Ethan, he's running in P6. Very good start from him after starting P9, so he's shown that he's got the race pace to do it faster than his teammate Monty Clark. As Toby's under pressure now from Yourboi as they make their way into Maggots and Beckett's, faking to the left, going to the right, round the outside of the Brawn Gp car, and he goes through up into P8. A brilliant move there from the Frenchman. I'm Turbo. He'll be happy, I think, to sit back and probably wait in the slipstream of the 2-time world champion here as they make their way through lap 3. But there behind is going to be Verstappen. He is fighting Monty Clark into club corner. They go, and it's a collision. Both of them off the track, sliding away their hopes of the top 10. Verstappen, he's had to stop on track there. Monty Clark is off the track as well. Verstappen, he's stranded in the gravel here. He's having to back up, watching the cars go by. And this his disappointment here. Of course, he was here last year, racing for Brawn Gp, and this year for Red Bull, it's still the same story. He's been involved in another incident, just like the sprint race, and he's down to dead last. Now, no damage, thankfully for him, but a collision caused, and that was totally not his fault. Just a bit too eager there, it seemed, from Monty Clark. He gets away with it. He's up in P15, but Vesteo, he's down to last place now. So sorry, that puts him into the top 10. Turbo as well, double points so far for them. Gonzalez, he is trying to catch up to UK Ball. It seems he's starting to push now after UK Ball set the fastest sectors just a while ago. But Yourboi, he seems to be moving through the crowd very, very quickly here, faster than Amed Sylla in the sprint. Of course, he started higher than Sylla did after that grave mistake back in sprint quali. But now, can Yourboi get the move done on the Ferrari here? Onto the Hamilton straight they go. He goes flying by the Ferrari, and it's an easy pass up to P7. And next up is going to be the Bugatti. Oh, there goes Max, retries it around the outside once again. It was almost going to be a brilliant move, but Yourboi covered it off well enough here. Max, it's his third race actually in Formula 1, but his second race in Formula 1 for Ferrari. Of course, he replaced Connolly back in, I think it was Madrid. Yeah, it was Madrid, after Connolly had his first race ban, and this is his second race ban after that massive collision with Oyinkro out in Germany, which took him out and out of contention to race here in Silverstone. Sam also injured after trying to defend his position from Oyinkro and served the consequences of moving too far on the straights. He has a race ban and is injured for this race. He'll be back for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix after Monza next week. Yourboi, though, he's looking now to make the move on Nubert Nunes. He's got the speed. He goes to the inside. Nunes shifts him off the track, and off he goes into the barriers. He's making his way back onto circuit, but that was a late move to the inside. But Nubert Nunes was having none of it and moved him over, and off the track he went. He's got front wing damage, and he's been done by the Ferrari of Max. So we're going to get a replay, but not of that incident that just happened. This was Monty Clark going down the inside of Vesteo there, and he just took them both out there. That was obviously his fault, but what have we just seen? Yourboi trying to make his way past the reigning champion, Nubert Nunes, just using all the track. He had so much space to give him, but he decided to give him none and just moved him off track. And Yourboi just couldn't keep it on track there. Into the barriers he went. He's got front wing damage and he's falling back. So Sari might get him soon. Even Lando Norris might be able to overtake him later in this Grand Prix. My question is, when will the rain start to fall back? When will it ease up here? As you can see the timing boards there, UK board, he's just still staying within that 1 second gap to the Koenigsegg here. But in the sprint, we saw Yourboi running away with it at the start. But here, it's not looking too similar here as Monty Clark. He's now looking to go down the inside, or around the outside, I should say, of Nahel. He holds on, and through the club corner onto the Hamilton straight, he holds on. We're going to get a replay of the Yourboi incident now. He was looking to go down the inside, he went for it, and then Nubert Nunes forced him off track. He went straight on into the barriers and had to make his way back onto circuit. So that, it's hard to tell who was at fault there. Yourboi, that of course was a late move to the inside, but of course Nubert Nunes, he wasn't entitled to give him space. He could do that, as Sylla goes back down the inside, around the outside of UK Ball. He's right there in the fight for P1 here. Onto the straight they go. UK Ball, he's right there in behind that Koenigsegg, in behind the Italian, in behind the world champion. UK Ball, the F2 prodigy, it seems, Formula E champion as well. He is hunting down the Formula 1 champion here as they make their way on the run into Copse. He goes for it on the inside before they reach the corner, and he gets up into first. You can hear the crowd roaring as UK Ball leads here in the United Kingdom. He is first at the moment. Gonzalez chasing down Amed Sylla, chasing down the very fast Koenigsegg this weekend. Can he get the move done? As Sylla, he's looking to go back for the move on UK Ball, but UK Ball, he's got the speed to hold it, and Gonzalez is in behind there. Could he make a move very shortly as well? But UK Ball, he's managed to do it. The race pace doesn't seem to be too dissimilar between the Koenigsegg and the Porsche, despite Koenigsegg being much faster over one lap. As here comes Gonzalez, he's now got the run out of turn 1. He is looking for the move on Amed Sylla, but Sylla looking for the move on UK Ball up ahead. That was close to a move, but Gonzalez now, he's even closer. It was a poor exit for Amed Sylla. Now onto the straight. Does Gonzalez have it in him to go for the move onto the straight now? He's going to the left, and he gets the move up into second place. Goes Gonzalez. This is crucial for his championship fight. Amed Sylla down the inside. Contact between the two, and Amed Sylla has received a 5-second time penalty that will be added to his time at the end of the race, or he'll have to serve it in the pit lane. He's still looking to go for the move on Gonzalez here, and they have just about managed to keep it clean. But the rain seems to be ending everyone into the pit lane now, so we'll be off of those super intermediates and on to slick tyres. Many people look to go onto the hard tyres. Williams with a double stack there. Yourboi, he is just managed about to hold on to this P10 spot, as Amed Sylla trying to go back down the inside, and he's got a 10-second penalty now. He's just about grazed the rear wheel of Gonzalez, but that has resulted in him picking up another penalty here. So he is now having to serve 10 seconds in the pit lane. He'll be very disappointed. So that means that of the top 3, the only one that does not have a penalty here is UK Ball. So he will be leading this Grand Prix officially after the pit stops, and especially since Amed Sylla might have to wait for some cars to pass him. No, he's not, but he's down to 6th place at the moment, so that is not good for his race at the moment. Nunes, they might be part of a Koenigsegg, a Porsche 1-2, but Gonzalez just about makes his way by. So Nunes, he's down to 4th, but this is where he started the Grand Prix. Thanks to Amed Sylla and his antics, he has managed to elevate Nunes' position in this Grand Prix. But now 2 world champions will be fighting each other as they all make their way through this corner here. The sun's starting to peak just a bit. You can see the Ford making his way past as they go now through sector 1. Maxa up to P7. He started, I think, P6, so it's going to be a bit of work to make the move on Ethan, who's looked very fast in this Grand Prix, starting 9th up to 6th so far. And Vesteo, he is down in P19, but he'll be looking to definitely make up some ground, probably make his way into the points hopefully by the end of the race. Still 16 laps left now, and he is going to go for the move on Racing God onto the straight. Easy pass there. Can he get 2? He's just not got the battery to do it. He shifts over to the outside. Can he get the move done? He's trying to hold it, but he's also been done by Racing God. He holds it just about on the inside for the loop there, and onto the straight go Gonzalez in 2nd, Charles Leclerc in 3rd, and Nunes in 4th, followed by Amed Sylla, who's chasing him down here. Through turn 1 they go. He's right there. He's got the run going to the inside, to the outside, and he late brakes on there. He goes for it, but they're still side by side through the first couple of corners. Nunes around the outside, he holds it on Amed Sylla. That was close between the two of them, but just about. Nunes getting the run out of that corner. Amed Sylla, he's been very feisty this whole weekend. Collision with Gonzalez twice there, one on the straight, one into this corner that they have just passed their way through, and now he went for an audacious move to the outside and then to the inside of Nunes here, but he's still got the run in him. He's still chasing him down, so could we see a move into Vale and into the chicane further down? Nunes, he's not got the pace it seems, but Sylla is on the soft tyres, so the super soft, so he's going to have that extra edge as he goes to the outside, and he gets up into 4th place. Nunes, he'll be having to fight back here as they make their way down to the chicane, and it's going to be Amed Sylla going down the inside, and he's gone off the track. Into the wall he goes, and he's drifting almost into the barriers. Amed Sylla, what was that from him? That was a very close collision there between the two of them. Amed Sylla tried to go to the inside and then absolutely sent it off the track. That was very unlike him. Lock up there on the rear right, on the rear left I should say, as they make their way through village there. Amed Sylla's been done by Ethan. He's up to P5 now. He's trying to make the move back there, but Maxa is just about catching up. Amed Sylla around the outside. Can he hold it on Ethan there? Maxa is looking to make the double pass onto the straight. He's going there side by side. Does he have the balls to make it 3 wide into Cops? No, he doesn't. He's still holding out just behind Ethan there. Now into Cops they go. It's going to be side by side between the Ferrari, between the Koenigsegg here. Into Maggots and Beckett's they run. And can Amed Sylla hold on to it? Around the outside he goes, and he's just about got the move back on the Ferrari through there. So it's 6th position for the Italian here as they make their way through lap 13, halfway through this Grand Prix exactly now. And for both Koenigsegg, it's not been a very good race for them so far. Yourboi leading in his second official race in Formula 1 and his second race for Porsche, and it's his home race here, and he leads up at the front so far in this Grand Prix. So a rundown of the whole grid at the moment. Yourboi leading from Gonzalez. There goes Maxa trying to go to the outside, but over I think there, as Sylla tried to defend it as well as he could onto the straight. He's still got the gap, but Nunes just outside your top 3 here for the podium. Then it's Ethan, Sylla, Maxa, the 2 Brawn GPs. Of course, they won their first ever race in Formula 1 with Sari last year. Of course, this might be a track that they both like here. Sari, despite their car not being too fast, he is up in the points at the moment. Then Yourboi rounds off your top 10, but we're going to get a replay of the incident. There you see Amed Sylla wasn't making the corner at all, and then he goes straight on into the wall, then almost drifts it into the barriers. That was so weird from the world champion there. So surely maybe a penalty after the race for him as he pits now for the hard tyres to take him to the end of the race here. But Amed Sylla now, he's going to be out of the points. Lando Norris is going to pass him on the straight, and so is Arslan, I think. He's down to P12. So this is not what Koenigsegg wanted after Amed Sylla took pole position for the British Grand Prix. Of course, he won in the sprint back in 2029 as the virtual safety car's been called, and that is Iron Turbo stuck on the track, and the safety car, the full safety car, has been deployed here. This is probably not what Sylla wanted. He's down to P12 now, but for drivers like Ethan, he will be reveling at the thought of a top 5 finish and possibly a podium by the end of this race. The safety car's already out here. There's going to be, I think, 4 laps of safety car, as we need those lapped cars that are just making their way onto the second straight to unlap themselves. But a few cars into the pit lane. Chapeau Leclerc off of those super softs. Of course, they were never going to get to the end of the race, but they still look in decent shape. But that moves Nunes up to 3rd place in this race, and Chapeau Leclerc is onto the soft tyres, so he's looking very aggressive to the end of this one. Ethan, can he get the move on Chapeau Leclerc? He just does, and Ethan, he's up into 4th, and he is on a good set of tyres, onto the hard tyres he is right now. Sari pits, Yourboi up to 7th, and Maxa and Chapeau Leclerc back where they started this Grand Prix. But for Amed Sylla, he is still down in P11 unless he overtakes Sari as they go onto the straight. He doesn't. So Sylla out of the points officially, and Yourboi is into them. So they've really swapped their luck, it seems, in these past few races. Yourboi, after incidents in prior races, and Amed Sylla doing very well, especially with that podium back in Baku, where Yourboi took a break to reset, and it seemed like he bounced back with the win over in Germany after being lapped twice, coming back to win that, showing us a bit of vintage Yourboi back, the pace he had over in 2027 and in 2028, which is arguably the best season that has ever been in Formula 1 in ORW history from any sort of driver in this history so far. But up at the front, the main focus of this Grand Prix right now, it hasn't seemed to be the main focus. UK Bull started third, up into first place at the moment. So this is pretty crucial for the race. He's beating Nunes, and even back in Baku, where he replaced him for the first time, he won the sprint. So it was very, very weird to see that Nunes is not doing well, not racing back then. Other lap cars are actually officially overtaking now, as I think we'll get 2 more laps of this not virtual safety car, the safety car. 1 more lap or 2 more laps, and then we will restart again. But Nunes is once again being beaten by UK Bull here. So is it a sign that he's just not got it anymore, or is the grid too close now that Nubet doesn't have that advantage that he once had back in 2031? Of course, he won 3 races, I'm pretty sure, back in 2031, or was it 2? I'm not sure. But despite that, onto lap 16, Adrian making his way past a few more lapped cars here, and then after I think 1 lap we will get underway as the lapped cars make their way to catch up to the back of the safety car. So outside of your top 10, we've got Amed Sylla. Of course, he started first, now down to 11th. 10 positions lost is not something you wished for. Patrick O'Donoghue, he started down in 16th, so it's 4 positions gained for him. Monty Clark, this is where it gets a bit sad for him. He started up in P8. He's lost 5 positions down to P13. He is Vesteo, he's lost 7 positions. He started up in 14th, so starting higher in this Grand Prix may not always have been a good thing, as seen in many years in the past. Vesteo, even last year, he was up in 3rd place before Intervale, him and I can't remember which driver, but they went straight on into the barriers before they reached the chicane right after that safety car restart. But then that led for Surrey to go on to win the Grand Prix. After Vesteo, we've got Wiat Marshall. He's still holding on to that 5-second penalty, not served it as just yet. After him, we've got Nahel. He started over in P18, I'm pretty sure. So that's 4 positions gained, not 4 positions gained, 2 positions gained for him. He is the only Mercedes driver left in the Grand Prix at the moment. Then we've got Ali, who started down in P23. So this is a good race for him so far, but he could be in the points where Arsalan is. Of course, he won a race back in Australia, but their car was pretty obviously very illegal, so that win was deducted, points were deducted, and he was taken to Patrick O'Donoghue. But we're going to get a replay here of the race start. So it seems everyone managed to get away cleanly, no overtakes off of the start, but Nunes once again had a very poor start, instantly done by the Chapeau Leclerc. Into the next corner they go. You see they're side by side there, in behind from UK Bull. Into the next corner, he just about is able to force him off, but onto the straight he is very vulnerable, and he goes trying to defend there. You see Maxo wasn't confident enough to go to the inside, so he went to the outside, as that's where Chapeau Leclerc went as well. He couldn't really hold it on the outside, but then Gonzalez was given a penalty here. He was, I think, came into contact with him through that first part of the loop, but Nunes, he was then side by side with Maxo and had to defend going into Maggots and Beckett's. But they're moving through Maggots and Beckett's now, so the rest of the grid now, after Ali, it's Racing God. He is in 18th place. He started down in 22nd, 21st. I'm pretty, 21st he started. So he's not had too much of an exciting race. Monkey on Cloud started in 16th, I'm pretty sure. No, not 16th. He started dead last on the grid. So it's an improvement from him in this Grand Prix so far. Then we've got Skittles. He started just ahead of them. And at the very back, it is Adrian. Not been too excited this race. And then we got the 3 DNFs of Turbo, Namzar and Musa, as UK Bull now, for the first time in his career, will get us underway for safety car restart, and onto the straight they go. Everyone in single file except for the Ferrari. Chapeau Leclerc moves to the outside now of Ethan, and he goes round the outside over at turn 1. A brilliant overtake on the Bugatti. Can he hold it there on the outside? Now to the inside. He gets it up into 4th place, and now he'll be looking to chase down the car of Nubit Nunes. He's up in 3rd at the moment. Amed Sylla onto the straight. He goes, making the move on 1, up to 10th, up to 9th, looking to make the move on Lando Norris now to the inside at the first corner there. Through sector 2 they go, and he's still trying to hold on the outside of the loop through village, and up the run they go into Cops. It's gonna be no move made, it seems, from Amed Sylla. He's fallen back from the McLaren, side by side up ahead, but Nubit is under huge pressure from Leclerc here. What is going on with Nubit Nunes? Onto the straight, he pulls away just that tiny bit, but Leclerc, he'll be hunting for this podium here, having started with that grid penalty. There's 3 wide further back. Leclerc swarmed onto that straight there. What happened to Leclerc? Super clipping, I think, and into the club corner of the chicane, and then Yourboi just going wide. He gets done by both of them, and now he's back down a position, but there is Arslan. He's off the track. He was running in the top 10, and now he's onto the grass, onto the gravel, and pretty much out of the Grand Prix. He's got look at that front wing damage. Both sides of the front wing broken here for the Hussein Racing car, down to P21, and that is not what he wanted with 7 laps, including this one remaining in this Grand Prix. Vesteo, he is just outside the top 10 now, hunting down Monty Clark here. Can he make his way eventually up into the top 10? Nubit Nunes still in 3rd place, and the virtual safety car is being called here, and it's Yourboi. He's out of the Grand Prix. Both of his left tyres coming off. Ethan is also gone here. That is disappointment for the race winner back in Germany and your race winner back in Saudi Arabia. How long ago does that feel? They've come into contact here out of the loop on the run down to Maggots and Beckett's and Cops and so on, and they've collided on the straight there. Yourboi out, Ethan out here. So the virtual safety cars ended already, it seems. That was a very quick one. Amed Sylla was chasing down the 2 Ferraris up ahead. Max, surely he'll be hoping to defend this P5 here. I think it'll be a second top 5, not a second top 5. He of course was 7th, I'm pretty sure, back in Madrid after he was replacing Aaron Connolly for the first time. But that's a collision. Nahel off the track onto the grass. Where is he? He's off the track over at the chicane. He looked lost there. He's finding his way back onto circuit, but that's another off for another car in this Grand Prix at the moment. So that is him down to P18 and second last on track in this Grand Prix. The only person behind him is Arslan, who's coming to the pits to pretty much serve a penalty. He's having to change his front wing. So we're going to get a replay of what happened of this move by Leclerc around the outside. Brilliant overtake from the Ferrari there, and the Brazilian as Nubit Nunes now. He has somehow found his way up to second, and Gonzalez, for some reason, has picked up a penalty. It seems Gonzalez defending from Leclerc. He tries to go down the inside there, very close between the two of them, and Leclerc's picked up a penalty. So Gonzalez, I'm not sure why he got a penalty there. It's very might have to look back at that in a bit, but Sylla goes for the overtake on the straight. He's up to 4th place, and now he has just got Gonzalez ahead of him for the top 3 here. And could he be chasing them down further for the lead here, and maybe for the win, to fight with UK Bull, who's led since he overtook Sylla at the very start of this Grand Prix. So Sylla down to P11 or 12, and now he's back up some positions. But this was why Gonzalez got a penalty. So Nubit Nunes got the overtake done on Gonzalez, and then to the next corner, into the chicane they go. He went for just a bit of contact there, and then the penalty pops up for Gonzalez. So is that really fair? Oh, into the barriers go Vesteo and Monty Clark. Now both Bugattis out of the Grand Prix. That was a high-speed collision into Maggots, going into Beckett's, and the virtual safety car is out once again. Sylla 4 seconds behind the race lead, and now they go on to lap 22 of 26. The dream is well and truly starting to come alive for Yourboi here at his home race, in his second race in Formula 1. But now, Vestager once again running up in the points, running up for a good result here. He is now once again out of the British Grand Prix, not a track that has been kind to him in recent years, it feels. But of course, he led the standings back in 2027 for pretty much the whole season, until in the last race, where he DNF'd along with Namzar due to skittles and his antics over in that area, which he's become really familiar with in Sector 3 under that hotel section, crashing into Delwald, crashing into Vestager. That was a pretty distraught day for the Brazilian there, in his championship hopes coming to an end, it seemed. But today it's been the same thing, crashed into another incident here in Britain, and there goes Amed Sylla looking, no, not Amed Sylla, that is Adrian, looking for the move on Skittles, who's up in P13 somehow in his Grand Prix so far. So could they be on for some points? Williams look more likely to grab some points at the end of this race, but up at the front is still Yourboi leading here as they make their way through the last couple of corners onto the straight. But Amed Sylla is chasing down the man that he had a big incident with at the start of this race, or near the middle I should say, but both going off track. Amed Sylla, he looked to go to the inside, didn't quite make the corner, and just absolutely went straight on into the wall. And after that, almost as he tried to make his way back onto the track, drifting the car, the smoke that came off of Amed Sylla's cars and wheels there, almost into the barriers. But Amed Sylla is chasing down the two up at the front now. Porsche 1-2 at the moment. It's looking very, very close at the front. Sylla, he's now just over a second away from a potential win here after a very confusing race with all the strategy calls and his antics at the start with Nubit Nunes, as now he looks to go, fakes the left, goes to the right, fakes the right, goes to the left once again. They're side by side through Vale and into the chicane. Nubit Nunes backs off this time, looking for the move now through the final corner onto the Hamilton straight. He still holds back, but he didn't want all the smoke into the chicane again, reminiscing of what happened last time. Amed Sylla tried to go down the inside there at the chicane, and this time Sylla gets the move cleanly. He is officially up into second, and with just 2 laps left now, can he get the move done on Yourboi and get up into first place? He's just over a second back from your home race runner here, the replacee of Oyinkro due to injury. Could he be on to win his first ever race in Formula 1? But Sylla is hunting him down here. I think he's on fresh tyres because he pit just before that safety car, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he put on for the hard tyres. Off those soft tyres, as Skittle picks up another penalty there. He's got 10 seconds to his name now, but Amed Sylla is very close in behind Yourboi now on to the hangar straight. He's just about pulling away from him, burning all the battery he can, but just 2 laps left now. Here, of course, you can vote for your driver of the day down below. So who do you think has had the best race so far? I think Yourboi is definitely one of them who could be in contention for driver of the day here. Started third, in first at the moment, but could be overtaken by a very fast Koenigsegg with just over 2 laps to go, or 2 laps to go now, including this one here, with just 5 tenths now separating the two of them. Onto the next straight they will go. Can Yourboi hold on to it? Nubit Nunes is falling back. He's 2 seconds back now from the two of them here. Amed Sylla, he's now right on the back of Amed Sylla, no, not of Amed Sylla, on Yourboi here as they make their way now out of the loop, going into Maggots and Beckers and Cops, and he's barged his way through into the side of Yourboi, picking up a 5-second time penalty. And that has pretty much decided the race with just over a lap to go. Amed Sylla, too desperate too punchy, and there it goes, UK ball to the inside. He tries it on track here, but he just has to stay within 5 seconds now of Amed Sylla to take home the win here at his home race, his home Grand Prix here in Silverstone. He just needs to stay within 5 seconds. We saw Amed Sylla try to go down the inside at that little kink there at the right-hander, but then just the gap was closing for UK ball, and he still tried to make his way through, barged his way into the side of the Brits, and off the track they both went. Sylla picking up 5 seconds now as we are here on lap 26 of 26. It has been pretty action-packed so far. That's usually what Silverstone is like around here in Great Britain, as Amed Sylla's trying his very best to break 5 seconds to UK ball back behind. He started first, he's in first right now on track, but off the track with the penalties included, it is not looking too likely that he'll be able to take home the victory here. Gonzalez over in fourth. Maxer, however, is in contention for a 4th place finish. He is in those 5 second range of Gonzalez there, so it's not going to be what he hoped for in terms of a gain on the championship lead of Oyinkro here, but it's looking all sunshine and rainbows up the front of the track. Gets lighter at his home race, his second race in Formula 1. He has overtaken Sylla, dominated, and in the final lap, due to a penalty, UK ball wins the British Grand Prix. It's a brilliant victory for the replacement driver here, beating out Nunes, beating out both Koenigsegg's, and doing it at home to take victory here. Maxer also will be proud of that. P4 at his home Grand Prix as well. So it's a brilliant race for the Brits here. Marshall coming home for a P9 finish. He's going to stay out of the 5 second range of the guys chasing him down, of O'Donoghue and Racing God in behind for your final slots in the top 10 today. But the big story, UK ball taking victory there. So that's 3 wide almost at the finish line between those three. 40 seconds, all of them very close, all of them to the top 10 here. But your race winner for the 2032 Grand Prix in Britain is UK ball. So this is your top 10 for the race. UK ball finishing there. 2 seconds separates him and Amed Sylla due to the penalty, and behind Maxer, of course, in 4th place after the penalties handed out there. Leclerc over in 6th, where he didn't start though. We now begin sprint qualifying here on the Saturday. Amed Sylla on a lap, and he's off into the wall. Amed Sylla out of qualifying there. UK ball goes up to 3rd place. Yourboi on pole position for the British sprint race here. The Porsche's fighting, and there's a virtual safety car. Yourboi comes home to win the sprint here in Silverstone. He's qualifying now, and Monkey on Club is out of the session. Amed Sylla up to provisional pole. And there's a collision. Yourboi out of qualifying. Trying to make his way through the field in the race here. Yourboi right on the outside. There goes a move, but it's a collision. Yourboi to the inside of Nunes. No room given, and he's off the track. UK ball takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Gonzalez up to second place now. Here comes Amed Sylla, looking to go around the outside. Him and Yourboi fighting here. It's Yourboi versus Amed, world champion versus world champion. Down to the chicane, he will be laced on the brakes. And Amed goes straight on, drifting almost into the barriers there for the Italian. The safety car is out. Leclerc around the outside. Yourboi is out of the Grand Prix. Now off the track there. And there goes Visteo into the wall. There goes Amed. He goes for the move. And he's been given a penalty. UK Ball takes the move back. UK Ball wins the British Grand Prix.